Bob Beckel is promising to be nice. I don't believe him. The White House, White House is standing by President Obama's claims of being the most transparent administration in American history, even after the Society of Professional Journalists sent him a letter saying he's quite the opposite. Here's new White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest.
I definitely am committed, and I have a responsibility in this job to try to help the president live up to his commitment to be the most transparent president in history. And if you look at some of the steps that we've already taken...
I'm surprised you still said that line. Yeah. Most transparent president in history. He has been criticized so many times for saying that, given the prosecutions of whistleblowers and other steps. You all still stick by that line?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Backing up one of Mr. Obama's biggest campaign promises here.
I have a track record of transparency. I'll make our government open and transparent. We'll do it in a transparent way. I want transparency, I want accountability, so that the American people can be involved in their own government. Let me say it as simply as I can. Transparency and the rule of law will be the touchstones of this presidency. This is the most transparent administration in history.
You know, my third grade teacher used to say, if you say a word enough, it'll make you spell it better.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would imagine you can really spell that word. Bob, what are your thoughts on the transparency of the Obama White House?
Well, I still can't spell Mississippi, by the way. I think the only thing I will say in the defense of this is that he's been covered by more outlets than any other president. Also, I will say I cannot think of one presidential campaign, I've covered them all since Lincoln, that has not said we're going to have a transparent presidency. They all say it. In this case, I think if I were them, I would drop the word, and I would also drop out of sight for a while.
Really?
I've never seen a president in recent times say it as many times and as boldly as this president has said it. And you look at Obamacare. I mean, this thing was passed. People didn't even know what was going on. All these promises of keeping your plan, keeping your doctor. You look at what went on with the NSA under this administration. You look at Benghazi. It seems like every day we wake up and have something to point to refute what this president promised over and over again.
This is your producers putting together old Jay got out there. It's not hard to find a bunch of clips and stick them together. It looks good.
Well,
even though it's
it wasn't hard.
It's a classic move.
It's not being made up hard because it's true. We didn't make it up.
But Bob, going back to like some of his own words, it's about transparency, and the president said accountability. We've been talking on this show every day about once in a while come out and say something didn't work. This isn't working. Yeah. We've never had him find himself accountable for something that isn't working. Case in point, Obamacare. You know, he never just came out and said there are elements of this that just aren't working. We've got to fix it.
I think there's an advantage for politicians to admit that things don't work in any politician, but they're afraid to do it. But you know, I'm going to do this on my own show, The Five, this afternoon. I'm going to shock you with some new polling data from a reputable independent source that show that Republicans who've got Obamacare are extremely happy with it.
Is this the latest Beckel Institute poll?
No, this is not a Beckel. It's surveys done by some serious pollsters.
I'm not going to let you hijack the segment like you do on The Five and change the topic, because let's get back to transparency. The Associated Press came out and said, look, the least transparent administration. The Associated Press said this administration has been less transparent more than any other. It denies any grants for the Freedom of Information Act requests for emails. And look, have Lois Lerner testify if it's so transparent. Don't invoke executive privilege on the Fast and the Furious. I mean, all the things that it says it doesn't do. Words they think matters, but it's really actions. We know that he doesn't respect the rule of law. Look at the immigration crisis.
That's
all just words. That's just words. They don't respect the laws, Bob.
That's a very serious
Or the Constitution.
I mean,
President Obama just says
allow journalists to go to the border where we have all of these children unaccompanied, illegally coming into the country. Allow us to go down there with our cameras and to do what we need to do to tell the story.
Why don't they do that?
I don't know. You should call the White House and ask them.
They're down there taking pictures all the time. I mean, I don't know.
They won't let us near the detention centers. No. And we can talk about ages of minors and that sort of thing. But even just to capture their living conditions would be what we would want.
I wouldn't let you near them either until November, the day after the election.
Who said Bob That's all politics, that you're making it like all these decisions should be made based on political elections.
Because I think Republicans are the most political party in history.
Oh, my goodness. They're all political. That's why they're in Washington.
They're all, I mean, I don't want to get into it. When I think about the great Republicans in the world, and I look at this crowd of fools, I just am amazed.
I think you're going to be surprised.
I think you've proven Andrea and her cohorts on The Five are doing God's work, Bob.
Yes.